Hey, Shalom. First, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the house of David. Let's get into this. This is gonna be the second part too. Salvation is multifaceted. Salvation is multifaceted. And I want to get into we're saved by forgiveness. We're saved by forgiveness. Because we had to be forgiven. Because if we weren't forgiven, if He didn't allow forgiveness, we'll be wiped out. We'll be wiped out as a nation. Because what? Sin, like we got in the last video, the wages of sin is death. And if He were not to forgive us, we will all continue to spiral, to have to pay the wages of sin, which is death. This would continue until we was all wiped out. Until we was all wiped out. Because what? Earthquakes, storms, pestilence, famine, the sword. These are all scourges of the Lord to the world for sin, for the transgression of the law. And if this were to keep going and He have no mercy upon anyone, He ain't give no forgiveness to first and foremost to His people who He gave the law, and who are supposed to give the law to the rest of the world. If there was no law and order in the earth, Yahweh, and just sin, Yahweh Shem Yahushua would just completely destroy this place. Because you got to recall Noah, because that's what exactly happened. You got to recall Noah. That's exactly what happened. You got to recall Noah, because the whole world was under the vibration of sin. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua chose Noah and his family, to make it out, since they was the only righteous. He knocked off everybody. He knocked off everybody on the planet. By a flood. He knocked off everybody on the planet by a flood. Now imagine if there was, he said, no, I'm done. No more forgiveness. No more forgiveness. Imagine He said that at the time of Noah. At the time of Noah. He knocked off Noah and his family. Because he said He ain't forgiving those sins. He said He ain't looking at the world no more. Everybody got to get it. Noah getting knocked off. Because of Noah getting knocked off and his family, guess what else? The animals we have today wouldn't have made it. And what? All life would have been extinguished. All life would have been extinguished. So what? Forgiveness gives us salvation. Forgiveness is a part of salvation. We're gonna get that. This is Ephesians chapter 1 verse 7. Listen. In whom we have redemption through His blood, speaking of Yahweh Shai, the forgiveness of sin according to the richness of His grace. Of His grace giving us that pass. Not a pass to commit sin, but a pass to a pass to show that we believe by doing works, by showing our faith that we believe, so you can be like, okay, I see you, you can come in. He looked at your portfolio and said, I see you've been doing works. Yeah, you got some stains here, but I've been seeing you've been doing some. I've seen you did works of faith. You've been doing works of faith. You can come in. You're hired. You're hired. Giving us that grace period. Because what he forgives us, he's like, I forgive you. Come in. I see when you messed up, but you know what? I'm still hire you. I think you're a great fit for this place. I think you're a great fit for this place. I think you're a great fit for this place. Come in. I forgive you. Come in. Forgiveness is a part of salvation. Let's read that again. This is Ephesians chapter 1. Verse 7. In whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins, according to the richness of his grace. That forgiveness is a part of salvation. That's why we can't let the sun fall upon our wrath. If a brother asks for forgiveness, if a brother or sister asks for forgiveness sincerely, we have to forgive them. This is not being foolish, being stupid, like, they just say, forgive me. Yeah. And do it again. Nah. That's a demon. Depart from them. You probably say, what about the scripture says, forgive him 77 times. Yes, because he probably mess up here with you, but it's not gonna be the same mess up. It's gonna be like a different mess up. Be like, crap. Hey, forgive me, brother. I was wrong in this part. I was wrong in that part. Not in the same part. Not in the same part. The scripture tells us we have to be wise. We have to be wise. But yeah, forgiveness is it's a part of that salvation. Listen. This is Hebrews chapter 9, verse 28. Listen. So Hamashiach was once offered to bear the sins of many, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. You see, those who believe is gonna be looking for him. How? They're gonna be all observing, all watching the times, lining up prophecies with daily events, lining up the current commotion of the earth with prophecies. Not being taken aware, not being aware about the things that are about to come. Why? Because they're looking, they're watching for him. And he said, for them that watch, he's gonna come with salvation. Because what? If you're watching, that means what? You believe. That you believe. If you're watching for something, you believe something is coming, And people that don't believe in him, they ain't looking for him. They ain't looking for his appearance, They ain't looking for his appearance. But because you believe, you're watching. You're measuring time by the scriptures. You're measuring current events by the scripture, You're measuring current events by the scripture and you believe. And that's showing what? That's showing works. That's showing your faith. You know? When he said, hey, I'm taking it higher, I'm taking them in now. Come on in. You know, on those who's been watching gonna notice and look, you know, and make sure they're in order to be able to get in, you know? You know? Hey, it's beautiful because once he offered that, he's offered forgiveness. He's offering you to come in, and what? That's basically him offering to join you back to your power source. Your power source. That being Yahweh. You know? That being Yahweh. You being plugged back into your power source. And what? You being plugged back in, you know, you gonna have that power over the nations. You know? But that's starting to veer off into a different topic. But yeah. Forgiveness is a part of salvation. Because we're being made right with Yahweh. Through Yahweh Shai, we're being made right with Yahweh. You know? Let's get that. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 15. Verse 18. Listen. And all things are of Yahweh, who have reconciled us to himself by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and have given to us the ministry of reconciliation, to wit, Yahweh was in Yahweh HaMashiach, reconciling the world, that world being Israel, unto himself. Because what? Who he put away? He was only dealing with Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. So if he put away them, who he's trying to reconcile with? Israel, his woman. He ain't married to no other people, no other nation. So he ain't trying to reconcile with them, because what? He ain't got nothing with them. So this reconciliation is for Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. You know? Verse 19 again, to wit, that Yahweh was in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, reconciling the world unto himself, not imputing their trespasses unto them, and have committed unto us the word of reconciliation. You know? Like Elder Mondazabak used to say a lot that this scripture is a love letter from Yahweh to Israel. You know, this scripture is a love letter from Yahweh to Israel. You know, the good news is a love letter. You know, the New Testament and the good news is a love letter to Yahweh to Israel. You know, be like, hey, come back. Hey, come back. Do this. If y'all do this, y'all do that. We can mash it up. We can build things again. You know what? It's gonna even be better. It's gonna be better than the first. It's gonna be better than the first. You know, it's gonna be beautiful. You know, this letter is not to the rest of the nation, the heathen nations. You know, this is to his woman Israel. You know, so yeah, forgiveness. You know, because to reconcile, you gotta forgive that person, because you know once you angry with somebody, you hit it. You know, you done with them, but you be like, dang, I missed them, or you be like, man, I probably didn't even go that far, or they was tripping, You probably like, hey, you know what? I forgive you. I forgive you. You can come back. Hey, I forgive you. You can come back. Go ahead, come over. You know. you know. So yeah, forgiveness is a part of salvation. Because without that forgiveness, we would have no salvation. There will be no way to get back to Yahweh and the water Yahweh Shai for playing that bridge. For playing that bridge to get to Yahweh. Through him we have access because he's our intercessor to Yahweh. You know. That's why Yahweh Shai plays a big part. That's why he gonna get the bigger portion. That's why he gonna get the bigger honor, the bigger glory. You know? Because he played that part. He came and did it. He played that part. And he's coming back to save, to give us the Yahweh. You know? So of course he gonna get it all. And he gonna portion it out to whoever whom he will, you know? So yeah. Forgiveness is a big part of salvation. That's why salvation is multifaceted, you know? So there's gonna be a part 3 to it, you know? But with that, I hope you was edified. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole elected house of David. Until next time, Yahweh willing, Shalom.